I was never one for cipher some semiotics. My people live in torment, our decaying bodies and haunted minds are prisons from which there is no escape. But could Vela's plan be our salvation, or would it subject the whole world to a similar torment? It seems like our interests align. My daughter has been stolen from me. Her name is Ellen. Of all my children, she alone remains. I can still see her, 9 years young, holding my hand in the lush green verdant. Everyone in the village knew that beaming smile. The damn cadavers have taken her. You try to rescue your daughter. The rotten coffin in the sepulchre. He wears a full suit of armor and holds a key that will grant access to the upper levels. Surely he won't speak to me nor my lackeys, but you're an outsider. The cadavers are very interested in mortals. Okay, I'll try to find her. My daughter has a signet ring on her finger. Find her and I'll help you track down Vela. Okay. Simple enough, I guess. Not hiding anything back here, are you? Alright, we still need to go talk to the worm. But we can also go back to the sepulcher and talk to that one guy who didn't want to talk to us originally. And try to find her daughter. I want to find that third statue. Alright, well, I guess let's go to the worm. Alright, conveniently, it is straight ahead. I have all 3 urns, right? Yeah. think the worm will perch now that I'm close. Kind of like how the airship lands, but only when I'm nearby. Perched he is. I have the urns you wanted. Drop them where you stand, lest you be devoured. The worm convulses with a horrible sound. Alright, well, he gave me a treasure. I guess that's nice. Kinda wanted something more than that, but, you know, whatevs. Gotta sell eventually. No idea what that skull was about. Alright, so now we should go back to the sepulcher, because I can sell there. I can buy some iron ore, most likely. And the continuation of the quest is there. I also have a house there I can sleep in. Right here, let me turn in my things. I think my house is right on the edge of town too, which is great. Walk into town, immediate CP time. Oh, that's the guardhouse. This is my house. Yeah, let's go here. All right, I want to sell you 2 glorious treasures. Remarkable treasure. Shurikens. Throwing knives. That's it. No ore. Okay. Pretty confident you don't have ore, but... Nope. Is there a weapons merchant here? Maybe it's this? No. Hello. I'm looking to enter the Cadaver Keep. I heard I should speak with you. Sentient meat. Okay. Might be one thing. A chunk of your flesh still warm, fresh from the bone, that would prove your loyalty. Take this key. It will unlock the lift at the top of Cadaver Keep. That'll take you to the island. There you'll find the Duchess's daughter. Where is Cadaver Keep? Northernmost structure in the Endless Realm. Keep walking past the sepulcher and you can't miss it. Your abilities will be hindered until you can do something about this. I'm wondering if the Duchess will fix it. That seems likely. Ah, Cadaver Keep. Alright, so we must head north. I don't know what it means by my abilities will be hindered. Like, are my stats lowered? They're still 10, 5, and 5. My lore is 35 now. My damage output is still good. I'm gonna avoid using that. I still like the ability to have my resend in the Erudite Academy. Okay, we've got to go around the side. Or what is that? Okay. Bless you. Okay, so the key should open this door. Well, I think I've been in here before. Maybe it's another door. Alright, that bodes well. Interesting. Well, they did say the key was at the top, was to the top floor, so. Already been up here. This goes back down. Cool, cool. that to this. Oh! Well, that's handy. I didn't even know there was a door there. Alternate path with reduced combat, I guess. Fine, or disappointing. I wanted either Embryon or iron. I have a buttload of fine ore. I don't need any. Oh, that's the cadaver key. Okay. Oh, yikes. Funk. These guys friendlies? Negative. I'll take stamina potions all day long, though. Interesting. What do you bet he's gonna take, or she's gonna take her hand and replace my hand with her hand? Be like, I'll help you now because you're partly my daughter. Oh, here we go. Found the exit. Bro, my butthole clenched so hard just then. Okay, so another one of those things. All right, so Ruins Verdant. We go to the far south side now. Hey, there's the ghost lady, I think. She's over here. Ah. Let's go here as well. Something's bleeding. Wasn't me. Xanthosic bomb. The yellow powder in this flask will explode with considerable force when agitated or thrown. The mercenary outfit known as the Dark Stars, Vela, Jack Basalt, and Orlaith. Just the three of them in a cave with a rickety sloop barely skyworthy. On one of their first jobs, they found me, or rather the real me, before I looked like a rubbish painting. The three of them damn near killed me. You fought Vela? That's right. They had been hired by Riovan Noble to round up Wiccans in Hallowshire, back before the Union was here in full force. So I woke up one morning with Orlaith's sword at my throat in her full Embrian armor. It was quite the shock, though not as much of a shock that I gave her, a bolt of pure electricity surging through all that metal. And so we fought, me and my godlet versus three of them. I almost escaped, but seeing Vela fight is something else. Usually I can scry what someone plans to do, but Vela's thoughts are bristling with possibilities. Before I knew it, she was behind me with a dagger to my neck. Thought I was dead. She simply asked, "How would you like to be a merc?" And so they brought me back here to their hideout, and 3 became 4. You have to understand, I spent my youth cowering from the Union with their agents. My parents taught me all I know about wicked magic, for how to hear the language of cipher in all things. But when my parents vanished, I was left with no one. When I told Vela my story, she wept and embraced me. It had been a long time since I felt the touch of another person. Looking into her eyes was like staring into the void. Normally, I can read people, catch a glimpse of what's to come, but Vela, her future was a tangle of infinite possibility. She was unreadable. It was intoxicating. Those first few years with the Dark Stars, it was the first time I felt like I belonged somewhere. My comrades didn't fear my cipher, they relied on it. You had it tough growing up. No more than other Wiccans in living memory. In truth, I was lucky. Vela, for all her flaws, she saved me. That was it? Enter the cove? Oh. Oh. Okay. The continuation. In those early days of the Dark Stars, Vela took contracts from anyone, the Union, the Wiccans, even outlaws. But it was about the cause, not the coin. She couldn't stand the thought of being like her father, whose military campaign had wrought so much upheaval, so if a contract smelled fishy, we turned it down and went hungry. But when we took a job, nothing could stop us. It wasn't long before our numbers swelled and we outgrew this tiny cave. Soon enough, everyone from the lowless ruffian to the lawless, loftiest noble knew of the Dark Stars. So what went wrong? To pay her new recruits, Vela had to be less scrupulous with her contracts. I clashed with her at times. When she slew the minor god Cernan, I flew into a rage. I never wanted the blood of a god on my hands. But it was when I found that damn Embrian key when the things really got out of hand. There's an island drifting to the northwest of the Clockwork Kingdom that contains the wreckage of a black goblin airship. Meet me there and I will finish the story. Black goblin airship. I would like to have an airship, thank you very much. I get the feeling you're intended to do these prior to finishing the islands. So, like, I came here because her ghost was coming here next. Then I found out I couldn't do it without lore upgrades, so I had to go to the Clockwork Kingdom, which was great because it was mostly combat. Floating tree. Finish that. Now she's telling me to go back to the Clockwork Kingdom. Okay, so let's continue with the Whisper of Gods. So to do that, yeah, I can go this way. Alright, so where did it tell me to go here? Northwest of the Clockwork Kingdom. Maybe out here? Yeah, it's probably that right there. Okay. I hope when I get to the Black Goblin airship wreckage, they're like, you need to repair it. It's gonna cost fine or... Perfect. I've got plenty of that. You want iron ore? We've got a problem. Okay, that's that. Have I been there? Maybe. Hmm. 25 charm to get my way in. Should be able to do that. How do I get there? Cousin. Immolation incantation. Shoots a fireball at enemies, damaging them and causing them to burn over time. Interesting. It's like, you're not in service of the king, so good to sell stuff to you. And I was like, I could show her the insignia, but it sounds like she wouldn't like that. Pile of Junk was once the most fearsome pirate ship in the Sky Realms, the Black Goblin. Merchants feared its volley of cipher-inscribed cannonballs. The Union Navy paid us a fortune to headhunt its captain. In the end, we got the coin and the ship. Few dared to cross the dark stars after that. How'd you win the ship battle? We were going up against a galleon with a tiny schooner. We had 2 guns, they had 20 per side. By anyone's measure, it was pure suicide. But I've always had a certain knack for foresight. I knew they would commit to the starboard, so we had the better of them. Before they knew it, we had one of our guns pointing straight at their rear, but it was not any old gun. It was one of Caxton Frost's cannons. A single blast from that tore straight through the whole ship, setting it ablaze. In the confusion, our boarding party was on deck. We were 8 against 100, but with a few words from the Duchess, they found their swords to be awfully heavy. Orlaith cut through swaths of them, carving a path to their captain. By the time Vela had the sword to his neck, he had soiled himself. The ship was ours, and that night we got so plastered from the stores of rum, I accidentally exploded a silk slug, that poor thing. After the Black Goblin came to Blinding Light, a mercenary company with a galleon is impressive, but with a god war fortress, none could best us. But it was around then that Vela and Orlaith stumbled upon a map deep in some Embrian ruin. It told of the cradle buried far below in the Underlands, which held the power to change everything. Vela was always ambitious. We thought she really could build her fantasy, heaven in her own making. But now she was speaking of something else entirely. She wanted to become a god, to change the fabric of reality. But what end? She claims that she would right all the wrongs in the world, balance the scales, so the common folk can live like nobles and rulers never lust for more. The crew was split. Some were eager to follow her into the Underlands, especially if it would make them even more rich, but many of us thought she had crossed into madness. Her fame had twisted it to infamy, and even the Inquisition now considered us criminals. From infancy, I had learned to listen to the language of the cosmos. Cipher flows through all things. Its grammar and syntax weave through our bodies and dreams alike. To change those rules for me would be bigger than heresy. Would be a bigger heresy than slaying 1,000 gods. So when Orlaith raised her sword against Vela and stirred the crew of the Black Goblin to mutiny, I was willing to spill my own blood for the cause, and spill it I would. In truth, I knew the Black Goblin stood no chance against the God War Fortress. The Blinding Light's guns tore through our hull in moments, leaving us sinking towards the clouds. The smoke and the chaos, I saw Vela board our ship. She was furious. Her and Orlaith were like sisters, and she couldn't take the betrayal. Through the haze of battle, I saw their blades clash, and I saw Orlaith, her defense broken, hurled from the side of the ship. And then the crash like I'd never felt before. The ship had run aground. When I came to in this very spot, Vela stood overhead staring right at me. I was bloody, wounded, but Vela just turned and walked away. It was at that moment I was born, this spectral echo of my former self. I tried to scream and cry, but I had not yet learned how to coalesce into a body. So I watched my corporeal body, my former self, lie there, barely clinging to life. I watched the Inquisition agents arrived. I saw her scream as they dragged her away. I watched as they threw her in her cell, and their instruments of agony tore into her flesh. I watched as her will broke and she spilled every secret she knew. I watched as they destroyed her. Bro, she's the Inquisition boss in the... Holy shit. She's the one in the Iron Maiden device. Does that mean another version of you still lives? Of course, it's only an old fairy tale, and it's only in those old fairy tales of the Middle Ages that one has to die to become a ghost. In fact, you're well acquainted with my corporeal self. I'm sure you can figure out who. That's fucked up, dude. So it's revenge you're after? When I saw Vela standing over me in that moment of my creation, it was not hatred I felt. It was heartbreak. For I loved her, stranger. I loved her dearly. And suddenly I saw all those possible futures I had scried, all those joyous fantasies just melt away. The Vela I saw was the Vela I had always feared. So no, stranger, I seek no revenge. I hold no hatred in my heart. If I can be said to have one at all, I just want this all to stop. I want to see her smile again. Thanks for the story. I'm glad you listened. Soon enough, you'll face Bella again, and now you may have one single advantage over her. You may understand her. That's fucked up, dude. She's driven by the death of her sister Elizabeth. I could use that against her. Alright, so here's what we need to do. Let's do this. Go to Hallowtown. Get the charm buff. Then we'll go to Clockwork. Now we're going to go over to the lighthouse and see if it'll let us in. Man, that's fucked up. Knowing that her body is in the Iron Maiden style device, just being tortured for all eternity. Interesting concept that a ghost can be manifested. Like a spiritual existence of a person can be manifested without the body dying. I can't think of any other story that's really done that before.